It's definitely a mutually beneficial relationship. And oftentimes store owners aren't the best marketers of their own products. And they can learn a lot
Right.
from their affiliates, from the content creators. There's a lot of times
Right.
that content creators can actually sell a company's products better than the company is doing it.
I think one of the most interesting things that comes up when we're talking Shopify and affiliate in the Shopify world is that there's so many different kinds of merchants, right?
I look at it as a partnership between a store and publishers or online creators who ideally have the audience that that store is looking for. So as a store, I mean, essentially you're creating a big team of salespeople who only work on commission. That's the dream, to have a store, as a store owner, to have commission only salespeople.
Yep.
And as an affiliate, on the other side of the coin, you're getting access to basically a huge catalog of products and services that you can sell to your audience without having to order any inventory, rent a warehouse, deal with e-commerce in terms of actually processing the orders online or shipping anything out.
How do I find these affiliate marketers? Where do I go?
To answer your question about where do you find these affiliates to actually represent your product, well, if you go through an affiliate network, ideally they're going to help introduce you to these affiliates who might be a good fit for you. Maybe those affiliates represent other brands in that same industry as you, and they can help. But at the end of the day, I think that the best programs, whether you're through an affiliate network or doing it yourself, really it's one-on-one outreach and relationship building with people who have the audience that you're looking to connect with.
So do you think there is meaning in very early on to have a affiliate guidelines along with while you're kickstarting the program? Do you think stuff like that helps early on, or is it something that you should just play by the year, as the years go on and you figure out that this is my best guideline and this is my best way of representing me?
Yeah, I mean, you won't get it right from day one as a brand starting your affiliate program. It's definitely something you'll learn as you go because you'll adapt to the needs of your affiliates. You'll maybe have one idea in your head of how you'd like people to represent and sell your product. And sometimes they won't do as good of a job as you would like. Other times they'll astound you and do an even better job. But that being said, there are definitely guidelines that you can set in place from day one that you can learn from other affiliate programs. I'll give you a couple of examples. Most brands say, for example, you can't use our trademark terms on pay-per-click advertising, for example. That wouldn't stop, of course. You can't use Airbnb and compete with us on Google AdWords, for example. That was something that's going back a couple decades what affiliates would do, but now brands don't want to compete with themselves because ultimately they're driving up the cost of their own clicks with their affiliates. Other times they will have very strict disclosure requirements, saying that we want this to be, again, that's the rule in USA anyway, but it really needs to be part of your guidelines. And one other thing to mention, a lot of times they'll just prohibit bad etiquette behavior on the internet, such as spamming comments, spamming Facebook groups, for example, because these are essentially ambassadors for your brand. So how quickly your brand can start to look like a multi-level marketing pyramid scheme, and the needle can tip in the direction that you don't want.
Yeah, that's a good one. You never want to go the pyramid way, right? There's a fine line. It can really, you never know when it crosses, so you got to be like aware and wary about it. Have you ever faced or seen, I'm sure in the last 10-15 years, stuff like that happen? Any fun anecdotes?
Not my thing. I like affiliate marketing, and just to distinguish between the two, affiliate marketing will typically have just one tier, maximum two. So for example, if I'm an affiliate for your company, that's where the tiers end. You're the company, I'm the affiliate, that's it. I don't have any incentive for recruiting other people to sell your product underneath me. And the truth is, I don't want that as an affiliate. I don't necessarily want to be a part of a program where there's so many other affiliates creating content, competing with my content online. So as an affiliate, less is more. As a brand owner, you'd like more affiliates, but there's that happy medium because you really want to take care of your affiliates and not compete against them and not create an environment that's just impossible for them to earn any money.
How do I, use my content and earn from it?
From the store owner side, obviously my goal is to find affiliates that have the audience that I would like to connect with. Yeah. But let's say you have that audience, or you have any audience, your goal would be to find the products and services that your audience is looking for. Because if, like, for example, I'm in the travel industry. So if I went to my travel audience and I started pitching plugins for Shopify stores, apps for Shopify stores, or B2B software, or products that just don't relate to them, it's not going to connect with my audience. I'm not going to sell to them. So it's really finding out the things that they're already buying and maybe positioning myself to show them better versions of things that they may not even have seen before. I'm big into the comparison space. I'm not much of a review guy when it comes to content, because I don't like to say negative things about brands online. If I don't like their product, I'd rather just not talk about it. But I like to pit different products one against each other, or different services, and really talk about the differences, because for me, that's a big value that I can offer people. I can look at different products and services from maybe a more technical viewpoint because of my background than they might be able to. And so I'm able to add value by helping place them in the product amongst many that's best for their needs. So that's what I would do if I was a content creator that wasn't currently monetizing my online presence. I would look for different ways to do that by seeing what are my audience already buying, and can I represent those products and services.
Is there a benchmark, like, hey, when you cross X number audiences is when you should seriously start considering monetizing your content? Do you think there are benchmarks there that people out there should know about?
I have a strong opinion about that, which is, I mean, you should really be thinking about monetizing your content from day one. I think there's a big misconception that you have to be a huge influencer to make money, or have tens of thousands of visitors to your website to make money. And that might be true with websites for display advertising. Let's say you're earning, with display ads, $20 per 1,000 visitors. Yeah, you are going to need tens of thousands of visitors to really carve out a living. But I've got websites of my own that have just 400 or 500 visitors a month.
Wow.
Well, because those 400 or 500 visitors are business owners who are looking for a particular type of product or service. My website is the authority on that particular type of software. I connect it with it. So my point is that, for niche products and services, or niche topics, you don't need to have tens of thousands. You can just sell higher end products. You can sell a higher end subscription service, targeting 300 or 400 visitors, and make just as much money as you could selling makeup or apparel to tens of thousands of visitors.
As a content creator, that, hey, I need to have an audience, otherwise how will I even approach brands or approach teams who want to talk about their products or their services? How do you do that when you're just building your content and building your content brand?
That's a good question. It is hard at the beginning to get those, I'll say, special deals, special relationships with brands, but it's not impossible. Everybody starts somewhere. And again, remember, store owners and brands recognize that some of their best affiliates haven't even created the content yet that they're going to create. So if you're looking to establish a relationship with a brand, certainly if you have a brand new website, you have 30 followers on Instagram, and you email a company and say, send me all this free stuff because I want to represent your product, they're not going to react to that very well. But if you're willing to invest in the products that you're reviewing and create content around it, then companies are definitely standing by, waiting for you.
When you look at the world of software, and I'm saying that because I'm an app developer team myself, affiliates are big. There's a great potential out there for even software to utilize that. And it's not really something that's spoken about a lot, that's done a lot. Any interesting thoughts on that, Paul?
Yeah, I mean, I love software as an affiliate. And the reason why is because software developers typically have higher margins, and they sometimes almost 100%. For example, other than the cost of serving the server space and the resources to deliver the product, it really doesn't cost them more to sell that product to one versus 100, assuming no customer service involved. So I love software because imagine selling on Amazon. Amazon's continually over the years reduced their commissions. Back in the days, it was like 8 or 12%. Now there's some categories of Amazon that are 1%. So imagine selling a $25 item on Amazon and earning 1% one time, or representing a software and either earning 50 to 75% of the initial purchase, oftentimes 10 to 40% recurring commissions. So I absolutely love it. And I also think in the software space, there's a lot of value to add as an affiliate, because you guys do a great job, but not every developer does as good of a job marketing their own product as they could. They've got the technical end of it. They make a great product, but as far as communicating that value, they don't always do the best job. And so affiliates can really fill in that gap for developers. So I think it's a wonderful partnership.
So what would you give as suggestions to more app developers and people who are trying to create a software business, and how do they go about? Would a regular affiliate network that works for brands and D2C brands and marketplaces, would it work for us too?
Potentially. There are more than a couple affiliate networks out there that do cater to software or software as a service products, but I always lean towards running my own affiliate program, because if I was a software developer, I really know who my audience is. And so it's not about getting everybody in the world representing my brand. It's really about getting 10 or 15 of the best people representing my software and selling my software. And that can position a company hugely.
What can be a quick, dirty, 3-5-step checklist for me if I'm starting my own affiliate program tomorrow?
Well, the first thing that I would ask myself is it the right move for my company? And I'll give you an example of when it's possibly the wrong move and when it's the right move. When it's the wrong move is if you're brand new and you don't even know if you can sell your own product or service yet. Imagine if you go out and you recruit your 10 best affiliates from day one, and they start sending targeted traffic, your exact demographic of traffic, to your website, but you can't convert them into customers or subscribers. You're not going to have affiliates for very long. Because remember, from the publisher side of it, the affiliate side of it, we have a limited window of attention span that we can send our audience somewhere else. That we're going to send our visitors away from our site or our content over to someone else. And we better make sure that when we do that, that company is prepared to convert into sales. Otherwise, I need to focus my limited window of attention of my audience somewhere else. So I often recommend that companies don't immediately start with an affiliate program from day one, unless they're really building affiliate marketing into the core of their business. And I've done that before, like with different software companies we've launched. Affiliate marketing was built in. Every customer that joined became an affiliate as soon as they joined. Affiliate referrals were all over the product itself. Again, that's calculated measures, but most people, especially with products, they really need to make sure they can sell that product. And I recommend going through paid channels. You can spend a few $1,000s driving traffic, tweak your website, make sure it converts, and then go out and get affiliates. So, sorry, I know you said short, but that was my long number one, is just to determine that it's the right move for your company. And along those lines, number two is make sure that you've got the internal resources to allocate towards an affiliate program, because it's definitely not a hands-off marketing channel. It's work, it's relationship building. Whether you're doing it yourself or you're outsourcing it, there's still involvement in your company, from creating collateral, from communicating with your affiliates, informing them about your products before you even launch them in your life cycle, so that you can prepare their content. And if you can't do that, then there's really no point in doing it yet. Focus on other things that you can outsource and be less hands-off. So number three, before I would go like full force into an affiliate program, I would test the waters with a few affiliates. You don't even need a platform or software to do it. You can use a free trial of a software if you really want to do the tracking, but you could also just go talk to one or two influencers, give them a discount code and say, hey, look, we're considering implementing an affiliate program. Here's the terms we want to offer you on a trial basis, and see what happens. See on your end, if if you like having other people represent your brand for you, and see what kind of content the affiliates produce. So anyway, I would never full force launch an affiliate program and message everyone I know and do a big outreach before I would test it with a few affiliates from day one. Even after you have the software, you definitely want to work out the bugs before you go inviting everyone to join. Next, determine if running it yourself or using an affiliate platform is best. And a big part of that is the next one is making sure you have the margins to do so. Those affiliate platforms, they cost money to get started. They take up to 7.5% on top of the commission. So if you're offering 15% commission and ShareSale, for example, is taking 7.5%, you really need to make sure that you have the margins to offer that. If you're a retailer of a product, if you're the manufacturer and the retailer, oftentimes you have larger margins. But if you're a store that's merely reselling other brands' products, you probably don't have those same margins. So you've got to consider your margins in the worst case scenario, meaning the product is on sale, it's Black Friday, somebody's using a discount code, and they use a credit card that has a high merchant processing fee. So look at that perfect storm and think to yourself, can I still make money or break even on this? And if yes, then I would do that unlimited times, obviously. And the last thing I would say is just have patience with the program. If you're going to bite off doing an affiliate program, it's not like, split testing 10 ads on Facebook and then a week later scaling the winner and scaling it hard. You really need to dedicate, in my opinion, 18 to 24 months into building your program, determine whether it works or doesn't work. Now, that doesn't mean 18 to 24 months of not doing anything, of just having the link on your website that says affiliate program. Didn't sign up. I mean, 18 to 24 months of outreach, creating campaigns with affiliates, training them how to sell your products and services before I would call it a failure or a success.
I think we've covered so much. We've covered when is the right time for someone to actually get started with affiliate, which is there's no right time, get started right now, right?
Definitely, yeah.
The kind of affiliate programs you can run, we've spoken about if you are starting an affiliate program or you are on an affiliate network, then understanding what kind of consumers, work, interact with your brand, what kind of content the people who are marketing your product are creating and whether that's a good fit. We've spoken about if you are a content creator, when is the right time for you to get on board and become an affiliate. And we have a great checklist of things to definitely do when you're getting started with affiliate marketing. I think, Paul, it's been great. You've covered everything and encapsulated it into one neat little, really quick snippet. But before we wrap it up for today, I want to also talk a little bit about your content. I've been getting the newsletters and I just want you to give a little snippet about it. The Shopify ecosystem, there's a ton of great information out there, but it's all over the place. And I love the way that you've just, got it all together in one little newsletter, neatly divided into these segments that give me different information about that whole ecosystem in one quick snap, including products, including things that I need to do, including apps that I need to use. So I just want you to spend a quick 5 minutes on that so that our audience can go check it out.
I don't honestly want any more social media channels to manage at this point in my life. I just want to run a newsletter because I think a newsletter is the best medium for this type of content each week. And it's 100% focused towards Shopify store owners, but there is a lot of overlap between Shopify developers and Shopify investors.
Yep.
I'm invested in the company. I have been for a long time. And so there's definitely overlap between those worlds because as a Shopify store owner, you like to know what's on the horizon for new features of Shopify. And you would also like to know that as well as an investor. You'd like to know if they're going to be building what their growth is going to be like, or if they're building new products and services to cater to their existing audience. So I've just kind of wished that this existed for a while because really keeping up with Shopify is keeping up with e-commerce at this point. There's not really having a conversation about e-commerce without talking about Shopify in that same conversation. And
Absolutely.
So the newsletter, I try to be niche and focus on Shopify, but at the same time, inevitably, I end up talking about the e-commerce industry in general, because at this point, Shopify is in the center of it. So it's a work in progress. I like doing it. I was keeping up with the industry anyway, and now by putting this newsletter together each week, I'm just doing a better job for myself. And so far people are getting value out of it.
I sure am. And what I love about it is that it's not just, as you very well put, it's not just about me as a merchant, but hey, if I want to know about e-commerce, if I'm an investor, or even if I'm an app developer, it just gives me that quick, round off everything that's happening, as you said, on e-commerce, not just Shopify in some way. And it's that one-stop shop for everything Shopify and e-commerce right now. And I highly recommend everybody to just subscribe and check it out.
I really appreciate it. And for anyone listening, if you have news to share, message me. This is a community effort. I'm doing a lot of the curating right now myself because it's a new project, but already, even after a couple months, folks are starting to message me things to share in the newsletter, and it'll definitely become better and better the larger the community grows, because we'll have an outlet for readers to share news of importance with the rest of the community as well. So thanks for plugging it. I'm excited about it.
I'm going to share Paul's email so that you guys can just go and hit him up.
Cool. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure talking to you. Love to talk more in the future anytime you need.
All right. Thanks.